And one of the fundamentals I've always worked from is the idea that the key with government is offering certainty and stability. Ms. Aberg, I'm really saddened to hear your story today and the unfortunate nature of what has happened. And I'm so glad to see we're finally moving forward to some clarity so that you can operate here in America and grow these opportunities. And this financial framework we're talking about is really what makes America the unique place. Everybody wants to do business here. Unfortunately, the previous administration did not provide that certainty and stability, and thus the dollars are going elsewhere, jobs are going elsewhere, and it's so important that we do it this the right way. And again, I want to applaud the chairman, Mr. Stile from Wisconsin, where walking us through the historic nature of when America acts with that certainty and stability, starting with Hamilton and others, providing the haven where people can invest with confidence, knowing that the rules will be there in part. And that means our kids and grandkids will actually have the jobs of the future that are in places around the world we never thought they would be. Mr. Louvar, if I could ask you, traditional crypto and traditional companies will now compete under these equal rules or same rules. How does this bill, in your mind, create that level playing field we've all been looking for?
Yeah, so I think, look, we're, proponents, and we have been, operating under a regulated infrastructure. I think, bringing that, recognition that requires, governance, risk management, an understanding of clear rules, whether the asset you're operating under or the regulatory jurisdiction you're operating under, SEC or CFTC, whether you're an established financial services firm like WisdomTree or a fintech, just having those knowable rules will allow you to continue to build your business and more particularly build it here in the U.S. under those knowable rules.
And Mr. Somensatto, if I could, on the DeFi issue, in the bill, it specifically excludes that certain rules with DeFi. What would happen if we did not have that same clarity? What would happen to DeFi if we did not provide the structure that's in this bill?
Yeah, I mean, I think it would continue the environment that we've been in for a while now, which is, listen, the developers are creating pretty novel technologies, right, that do test the questions around what should and shouldn't fall into a regulatory environment. And it's really incumbent on Congress to kind of come forward and say, this is where we draw the line. And from us, for a perspective, like, there are important protections to be had, right? First Amendment protections to be able to write code, protections to participate in these networks in a peer-to-peer management without having, surveillance from the government that might be unnecessary. And so clarity is really important at just, again, making that line clear so that that development activity can continue, right? And that people can understand when the development activity and the business activity flows into something that's regulated, that they know where that falls as well. And clarity is very specific on that line.
Thank you. And I'll just close by saying this. I really appreciate the chairman and also our full Chairman Hill. I mean, a lot of people look at Congress as a very chaotic place, and the way that you've been able to navigate this with the ranking member really makes a difference. I mean, we go back home, we say we actually made this a bipartisan bill. Everybody had kind of not only a stake in this, but more importantly, a say in how we change the rules on how we modify this emerging technology. And I couldn't be more pleased to be on a committee that focuses on solutions, not playing politics. And so with that, Mr. Chairman, I yield back. And again, thanks for taking this time here at a special place and a special time in our history.